All right, let's take a look at canola. Let's take a look at canola on the futures charts and the Saskatchewan Cash Price chart. My name is Trent Klarenbach with Klarenbach Research. Today is May the 26th, 2025, and this here is my sentiment ratings. We'll lead off with that, and you can see I'm bullish, across all our time frames on canola. Canola right now in Saskatchewan, according to the Klarenbach Price Index, is trading at $15.49, which is above the average price of $13.20. So that's $2 and so let's say $2.30 a bushel above the average price for the year. So if you've held off with your sales and delayed your sales, you've been able to beat the average price for the year. We haven't had any sell signals. We've been providing some guidance to take some profits levels and also some guidance on risk management, but we have not published a sell signal to date. And maybe the price keeps going up and to the right, maybe we don't this year, right? But we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the nearby continuous chart. It's the weekly chart of canola. And you will recall we identified the 733 to 745 level highlighted in this gray rectangle as a possible level of resistance. And you know what? 3 weeks ago we did find that. We got a high of 735, and we have yet to get to that price again. Now this week started out strong. Today started out really strong this morning, but we've had a sell-off towards the end of the day and we're getting back to today's opening price levels approximately. You can tell that on today's candlestick by the small, thin candle body here. So basically the price retraced lower than what it opened at this morning. So it's interesting level. This is the weekly chart. Let's look at the daily chart, and that you can show you here a better reference, I guess, to today's candlestick. Now I do like the price above 700. And I really like it. I think we can get up to some higher levels. But take a look at this RSI and the MACD. So this middle panel here is the relative strength index. And, we made a recent low back here on the RSI. We're trading below this yellow average line, and it looks like it wants to go lower. So I really want to raise some caution here if you are holding canola, or if you are have a long position in the canola futures. Just keep an eye on the price over the next couple of days here, because it just feels to me like we could get some lower prices. This bottom panel here is the MACD. I'll widen that out. Where it's in a downtrend, right? So that's a moving average, convergence, divergence. I won't get into what it means, or it doesn't matter. It actually does not matter what it means or definition of the calculation of it. But you want to keep an eye on this, because anytime this blue line is below the yellow line, then we want to anticipate lower prices. So we could get a pullback. We are extended from this 50-day moving average. And I talked about that last week, that we're extended from it, and often the price will converge back to the 50-day moving average, either through space, which is a drop in the price, or through time, as it continues consolidates sideways, allowing the moving average to catch up to the price. But let's take a look at Saskatchewan prices here. And this is the weekly. Again, it's our Klarenbach Price Index for Saskatchewan. And take a look at this here. We're keep bouncing up and testing this 1550 level on the Klarenbach Price Index. So that is a good identifier of where the trend is going, and it keeps testing that level. So at some point the sellers will start becoming exhausted at 1550. I'm going to guess a lot of producers had 1550 in as their price target. Now you can tell me if that's right or wrong, but that's usually the way that works. So we're finding some resistance there. When I take a look at the monthly chart, and you can see I have this inverse head and shoulders pattern here that I feel is completed. So I have left shoulder head and a right shoulder. It's upside down, hence it's inverse. I have this neckline drawn here by this yellow trend line, and we're trading above there. Now when you do a head and shoulders measured move, now you've heard me talk about this before. I'm going to keep talking about it, because I had a guy in a forum ask me how high canola can go, and I didn't share with him how high I think it can go, possibly 20. But you do a measured move. You go from the head to the neckline and extrapolate that price to high, in this case higher, and we get to that $19.40 to $20 a bushel level, right? That's a far cry from, you know, 1550 on the price index today, but it's possible. Now the challenge is, if you're sitting on old inventory though, and you're expecting maybe to get this head and shoulders measured move by the end of the crop year, it's highly unlikely that it will. That's quite a move, a 20% move in 2 months. 3 months maybe? 3 months, I guess it is. 2 months, I guess. And I don't expect it will happen, but, you know, it still could. So even though I think the price can get up to this level, I don't think it's going to happen in the near term. So if you have to sell in the next couple of weeks or in the next month, keep your time frame in consideration. Your time frame is very important in making your decisions. My name is Trent Klarenbach. Sunny in Saskatoon. Life's good.